And now back in my room, I would like to introduce you guys to a very special guest. This is Denise. Yes, I pimped out my wig head. As you can see, she has a bit of scars from back in the day when she used to be a bit more ratchet and got into a lot of fights, but she's a better person now. And she actually has a bit of like matrix stuff going on with the back of her neck, but I ain't gonna judge, everyone has their flaws. Hey guys, it's TheCurlySage and welcome back to another video. So as you can see in the title, I'm going to be transforming one of my old lace wigs. I used to wear lots of wigs and stuff after my hair broke from doing microbead extensions. I wore like braids, wigs, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I actually have like lots of girls do this where they have like a bag of just hair, whether it's like braiding hair, weave, clip-ins, wigs, any kind of hair, and I have like 5 different kinds of lace wigs in there, and honestly got them so long ago I don't really remember where they're from, but this is the one I'm going to be transforming. It looks like this. So I actually have lots like this. I have a whole bunch of different colors because my hair used to be super damaged from dyeing it, so I have like light brown wigs, brown and black. As you can see, this one is like a plum color when my hair used to be plum, obviously. And I always dyed the wigs to match my natural hair. So my hair used to be like a deep plum color, and this is from that time in my life. So I'm going to be transforming this. I just decided to do this because I want to be able to wear a protective hairstyle where I can just take this off at night and still be able to like co-wash and like touch my hair. I was thinking about doing Marley twist, but then when I do like protective hairstyles like that, whether it's like box braids, Senegalese twist, Marley twist, anything like that, I just get tired of them super fast because I just miss touching my hair. So that's why I like wigs, because you can just take it off at night and then be able to do whatever you want to your hair. So that's what I'm going to be doing, but as you can see, you can't exactly rock this the way it is, like, no. I cut bangs in this when I got it 2 years ago, so it does have bangs, which I'm super happy about, but I'm going to be transforming it so it can kind of match my hair color now. I'm so sorry, I don't even remember where I got this wig from. It's probably from like AliExpress or Alibaba. Alibaba is where I mostly bought my wigs from. It's like a glueless type. There's like 3 combs in the front, but I'm going to be taking these out because these combs are like right where my edges are, so I don't want them to like be whipping my edges out. So I'm going to be taking these out and doing the band method instead. And also to make it a bit more secure after I transform this bad boy, I actually went to the hair store. I keep calling it the hair store. Am I the only one who calls beauty supply stores hair stores? It's just a habit. But I went to the beauty supply store and I got some Gorilla Glue. I see lots of people using this to like secure their lace down, even though I don't really need to do this because when I do like my banding method, they stay down pretty much anyway. But this is just in case the wind blows. I don't want anyone to like, you know, see. So I got this one. There's like 3 different kinds that was there. This one says like is maximum hold. There's like a hold meter, as you can see. The other 2 said like the hold was at like the 9, but this one's at the 10, so I just decided to get this one. So I've never used this before. This is the first time I've ever tried to like actually seal down a lace wig with some type of holding whatever. I usually prefer like glueless methods because I don't want any kind of glue on my hairline, but since this is a gel, I'm okay with it. People just use this because it's a gel that has like a really good hold, so it can actually hold your lace wig down without having to like use lace glue. So that's why I got it, and it may not work. I just bought it to try it out, but if not, then the band method works perfectly fine for me. So this is the hair dye I bought. It's from Dark and Lovely, and it's just in the color Ice Espresso. I decided to get like this color rather than like a black because usually when you use colors like this and dye your hair, they turn out darker than normal. So I got like it's like a dark brown, and then hopefully it just turned like a really natural looking black color to match my natural hair color. I still have a bit of color from my in my hair. If you guys didn't see my last video, I actually trimmed a lot of my hair off, and I have a bit of color left, but most of the color in my hair is just like my natural hair color growing out, so I just thought I would dye it this color instead. But yeah, let's just get into this. You are about to be transformed. So the first thing I'm doing is just taking a lovely garbage bag from my kitchen and just cutting it vertically and horizontally so that the hair dye doesn't stain my floor, because I've had a lot of that throughout the years. Oh my gosh! Jeez! So after cutting it vertically and horizontally, you now have this big huge sheet of plastic to work with, and you just got a bigger working space. Like, who doesn't want that? So I'm just taking out all the contents of the hair dye, including the gloves, because I don't want to stain my hands, especially my nails. And be sure to read the instructions, because I guess not. Honestly guys, I have like so much experience of dyeing my hair over the years, I honestly don't need these. But I'm just going to mix the two parts together, of course, and then just shake until it's all mixed together and stuff. Jeez Louise! Guys, just to let you know what I'm watching. Superwoman on Netflix. It's actually, oh my boobs, it's actually pretty good. But now that it's all mixed together, I'm just showing you guys up close and personal what the color is. So as you can see, it's plum, like I said earlier in the video. I still want to keep some of that color, to be honest, because I don't want like a full black wig, but I'm just going to make it a bit darker. So I'm gonna focus on like the top and the curls around my face, so like the bangs and whatever hairs are framing my face, just so it's black but then has a hint of color. You feels me? Moving all day long, I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my soul. I'll be hopped up in y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm holding on to my freedom. Can't take it from me. I was born into it. It comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom. Ain't the God in me. Represent His glory. Oh, be proud of me. And yes, you better believe I'm getting all of that hair dye. I'm not wasting no money. But now that the dye is all in the hair, I'm just going to actually use the garbage bag to cover the hair. This is why I love using it, because you don't have to do any extra steps like get foil or anything. You can just use the actual garbage bag itself to cover the hair. I'm gonna let this sit for 25 minutes and I'll be right back. But this is how it looks after about 25 minutes. As you can see, it's a lot darker. There is some plum tint still in there, which is what I wanted. You'll see the color a bit better after I rinse it out and it dries, but let's just go rinse this dye out, shall we?
Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. Desert it. Work it. Like it.
Can we go now?
Work, 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 work.
So I've already rinsed out majority of the dye. I'm just detangling now, but look how hard this is to detangle. Like, I'm literally using all of my strength. Okay, not all of it, but it's hard to detangle. Like, this is just years of knotting and tangling, but I'm just using the conditioner that came with the dye to detangle. It's pretty thick, like it's a more pasty consistency. So after I put the conditioner on, I have to like wet it with water so it's a bit thinner, or else I just wouldn't be able to detangle it. So let me just pause to show you the shedding that is happening right now. It is shedding quite a bit of hair. This isn't even all of it, but it's all for the greater good. Have hope. Guys, this is it after the detangling is finished. It's still a bit wet. Well, it's still dripping wet, but just look at it, it's just luscious. So I'm going to be using my Aussie Moist to just add some moisture and hold the curls in place, I guess. And I'm going to be applying this with one hand, so bear with me.
I know you know that I made those mistakes maybe once or twice. And by once or twice, I mean maybe a couple of 100 times. So let me redeem or redeem myself.
And after all that hard work and detangling, look how this just glides through the wig. Like, guys, I can't. This honestly makes me teary-eyed. But honestly, this wig got tons of shedding, which it should have because of that vigorous detangling I did. Like, look how much shedded hair I got. I should actually keep this just in case my edges get snatched one day. But I'm just squeezing out the excess water from the hair. And pay very close attention. This is a super neat trick on how to get all of the excess water out of your wigs. You're just going to hold it super tight like this and just, yeah. This is all I do. I've literally been doing this for years with all of my wigs. It's just fast and easy and gets the water out like that. So once we got all that excess water out, this is what it's looking like. Curls be popping. I don't talk like that. The curls are popping. The curls are popping. And now back in my room, I would like to introduce you guys to a very special guest. This is Denise. Yes, I pimped out my wig head. As you can see, she has a bit of scars from back in the day when she used to be a bit more ratchet and got into a lot of fights, but she's a better person now. And she actually has a bit of like matrix stuff going on with the back of her neck, but I ain't gonna judge. Everyone has their flaws. Like, look at that contour though. Look at that highlight. It makes up for it. But I'm just going to give Denise the lovely opportunity of wearing my wig. And as you can see, this right here is a lovely example of why we're going to be doing the band method. Like, you do not want that happening in public. But what I'm doing here is just basically organizing. That's not the word. I'm displaying? No. I am putting the curls where I want them to be, so how can I explain this? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just positioning, that's the word. I'm positioning the curls in the place I want them to be so that when it dries, the curls will lay where I want them to lay. There we go.
Too late now to say sorry.
Denise, if you don't stay put.
You down. It's too late to say sorry now.
So once I've positioned all of the hair where I want it to lay, I'm just going to let the hair air dry. I just prefer air drying over blow drying. It's just personal preference. So I'm just going to let it air dry overnight and Denise will be waiting for me at the dough. So this is what it looks like after it has air dried overnight. You can see the color a lot better now. As you can see, it still has some plum peeking through at the top and in other areas, but it still has that dark overall look, which I'm loving. But it's time to take this wig off of Denise now. She's just feeling herself a bit too much. So now we're moving on to the reconstruction of the wig. So as I said in the beginning of the video, we're just going to cut these combs out, and I'm using my eyebrow scissors because they're the smallest scissors I have. But all I'm doing is just taking my scissors and cutting the thread that's attaching the comb to Sage. I can't see what you're doing. You might want to like zoom in or like, yeah, because I don't know what you're trying to do just then. As you guys can see, I'm just taking my eyebrow scissors and cutting the threads that were used to sew the combs to the wig, and then just pulling out the rest of the thread. And those holes right there are actually from the combs poking into my wig. When did it happen? I don't know. How do we get there? Come on, let's go. I don't know how the combs poked them. Over the years, that has happened a lot where I get holes or tears in the wig, like here.
Frig.
But yeah, as you can see, I accidentally cut the lace instead of the thread, but I've learned over the years that this doesn't like deter, I'm pretty sure that's not the word, but it doesn't like affect the outcome. You won't really be able to see the hole from like if anyone's looking at your hair, so I've just learned to like not care. But I'm just going to continue to cut the combs out of the hair. So this is what it looks like after I've taken out all the combs, and now it's time to move on to the band method. So what I'm going to be using is this. You guys are probably like, what the blood freaking cleat hole? But hear me out. The only reason I do this is because the only place I know where I can buy like black stretchy bands are from Walmart, and I don't have a Walmart that close to my house. I have a dollar store and they only have the white ones. So what I do is just take a pair of leggings I don't use and cut a slit in them. Then I'm just going to kind of pull the band out and cut a line vertically, and then just surgically remove the band from my leggings. These leggings I actually do want, and I will show you why I'm using ones I want instead of ones I don't want later on. But since I do want these, I'm going to be very careful in taking the band out. So after I cut the vertical line, I'm just going to slip the scissors inside of the leggings and then just cut horizontally until I get a length I want.
I was looking for affection, so I decided to go swing it in my direction. I'll be out.
So I'm pretty happy with this length. I like to do my band methods pretty tight so they're that... What? I like to do my band methods pretty tight so that they are very secure. So I don't make them too long, so I'm just cutting the band off of my leggings, and this is what I'm left with. It's pretty jagged, but we can easily fix that, which I will show you afterwards. But as you guys can see, these leggings are still very wearable. Everything I did to take the band out was done on the inside, so from the outside no one will know. Here's a clip showing you guys why I couldn't use leggings I didn't want. So these leggings right here, they have a bunch of stains. I don't know where these stains came from, but they have bleach stains and a bunch of other unknown stuff. But if I were to use the leggings that I do not want, all I would do is just literally cut the hem right off, and then it's just easier to work with that way. But I can't use these because the band inside of these leggings are white. But now I'm just going to cut off the jagged edge of the band to make it look a bit more neat, and then this is what we're left with. Now don't mind my hair, I know I look a hot mess. I flat twisted it to prepare for the wig, but I'm just showing you guys that basically the full length of this band is like the perfect measurement from my head from one side to another. And that's what you don't want, because if you were to sew it on like this, it would just be loose. So you're going to stretch out the band and then measure it that way. And like I said, I like to do mine pretty tight because I like it to be very secure. So after stretching it and measuring it on my head, I'm just going to kind of mark where I want it to stop and where I want the length to be with my fingers, and then just cut where I measured.
My legs are hurting.
So fun fact, I actually always cut these ear tabs off that are on the wigs because I just don't like them. Anytime I wear wigs that have these, they just don't look good. So I don't cut them all the way off, but I make them a lot smaller. So what I'm doing here that you can't see is just measuring the wig. So I'm putting it on my head to measure where I want to sew the band on, and this is where I measured. So now it's time to start with the sewing, and nothing special. I'm just taking some I'm just taking some needle and weave thread I got from my local hair store. I'm gonna thread it and get to sewing.
And now you know no name ain't never for now.
So I actually prefer to double thread it so it's stronger. So instead of one strand of thread, it's gonna be two. So I just take the two ends, put them together, and then double knot it.
Unruly. Them a gonna need wings for Kaytranada. Wings for Kaytranada.
So I'm just showing you guys what I was talking about with the black band versus the white one. So with the black one, you can't really see, like it's very undetectable from the top of the hair. But with the white one, as you can see there's like something kind of sketchy and suspicious going on with your hair. And you don't want that happening in public. But back to the sewing, I'm just going to start sewing the band to the wig. I don't do anything like special, just regular sewing motions in one way, out the other. And actually what you can do is kind of like part the wig so that where you're sewing you can see clearly, and you will not like knot up the wig with the needle, if that makes sense.
Every day and not every week, I'll cheer for me young crew, a Jamaican.
So after that's done, I'm going to make another row of stitching so it's very secure and strong, and I'm not going to show you guys that part because it's going to take up too much of the video. But after I'm done with the second stitch, I'm just going to tie it off. And as you guys can see, there's a stitch. Well, you can't really see it because it's like black band and black thread, but there's a stitch at the top, and then there's a stitch right below it. So there's 2 rows of stitching. But I'm just going to do the same exact thing to the other side. I'm not going to show you guys that because this video is long enough already, but I did the same exact thing, cut the thread off, and then this is what we're left with. Very secure, trust me. So really quickly, I'm just showing you guys how I actually wear the wigs. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't really like combs and clips anymore for my hair because they can actually like rip out your hair and cause breakage. And what I do is actually I just tuck the comb under the band, so the comb doesn't go in my hair, it goes under the band. So now we are moving on to the hairline, and do not, I repeat, do not expect any kind of realistic looking hairline. And I don't know why I was using my fingers at first. I'm gonna switch to a comb very soon, but I'm just basically making some baby hairs. I'm not like making the hairline look super realistic because I've been wearing this hair for like 3 days now and everyone thinks it's mine. But the way I wear this wig is I wear it with the bangs forward all the time, so no one's gonna be seeing the hairline anyway. I'm just doing the baby hair thing so that when the wind blows, no one sees anything suspicious.
Acid rap. Now talk to you on the phone again. Leaving the ham on the road again. So bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke again. I gotta smoke again. I got shit to do. Now even talk to you on the phone again. Leaving the ham on the road again. So bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke again. I gotta smoke again.
So I'm just going to be taking some black eyeliner to cover the front of the hair and color in the lace so that if the wind does blow, they won't see like a line of lace. They'll just see like black, which will just look like my roots.
Got some folks in Sino, AK 100 De Niro's. You ever seen Casino? I just got back with Bino. I got a bitch, but she know.
So now that that is done, we're just going to move on to customization. So I'm just going to slip the wig on and just gonna get to customizing. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like perfect curls, so I'm just going to kind of like massage the hair and like make it bigger. But I don't really like long wigs. I've never liked long wigs, so I'm just going to kind of cut the wig and like shape it to better suit my face. I've just never been a fan. Like when it comes to wigs, I just prefer them to be a bit shorter, not super short, but shorter than it is now. I just feel like it looks more realistic.
Bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke again. I gotta smoke again. I got shit to do. Now even talk to you on the phone again. Leaving the ham on the road again. So bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke again. I gotta smoke again. I got shit to do. Now even talk to you on the phone again. Leaving the ham on the road again. So bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke again. I gotta smoke again. I got shit to do. Now even talk to you on the phone again. Leaving the ham on the road again. So bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke again. I gotta smoke again. I got shit to do. Now
solo, ho, twerk something. Throw it back like you trying to hurt something. I'm so deaf, I ain't never heard nothing. My name Herb, take herb, smoke herb.
So that's one side done. I'm just gonna snap my fingers and move on. Wait, there we go. Move on to the next. So this is the other side done. Like I said, this video is already like super long. Even just then, that speed through right now. What? Sorry guys, I honestly can't talk about that. Speed through you just saw was honestly like the highest level that my editor will allow a video to get sped through, and it still took a bit of time. I'm sure some people's eyes are hurting from watching that, but as you just saw, my hair is still pretty long in the back, so I'm just shaping that up to match the front.
One and only, she only got you as a nigga on the side. That's a nigga on the side of a side bitch, homie. Then we got out to die.
So now that we're pretty much done with the shaping of my hair, I'm just looking around to see if I missed any stragglies like this one right here, and I'm just going to, what the bloody hell? Do you guys just see that? Who does this fly think he is ruining my— Bitch, shut the hell up. Excuse me?
now even talk to you on the phone again. Leaving the ham on the road again. So bitch, let's fuck so I can smoke.
So since I couldn't exactly see the very back of my hair, I just put my wig back on Denise, who made her feel a bit hyped up for a second, just so I could layer and just cut any curls that weren't blending in properly. So this is what it's looking like once it's all touched up and refined and stuff. So to get rid of that blunt cut look, I'm just going to spray the very ends with some water so the curls clump back together.
That's that young sir rapper. Unsaran wrap the purple. Wrap that blunt under after. Smoke all out the window. Cops can eat a dick. If you ain't the hitter, you just might be the lid. Flame on, flame on.
And now I'm just cutting the very, very, very bottoms just to get rid of any stragglies that just may be too stubborn to let go.
But I get my tray on. Killing in the hood like.
And after all of that work, this is what it's looking like. I'm really glad I cut it. I'm really loving the shape of it, but enough with Denise. It's my time to shine.
Apron. Tell shorty I made change and I made it and I napalm. Trippy shit to watch. Drugs while on the clock. Acid on the face.
So I'm going to try to demonstrate to you guys what I was talking about, how I don't use the comb in my hair. I just tuck it under the band like so. So now finally moving on to the baby hairs. Like I said, do not expect some crazy realistic hairline. This is just so when the wind blows, no one sees the lace, they just see baby hairs. But I'm using the Gorilla Glue, of course, and the consistency of this is kind of weird. It's really like stringy, but I'm just gonna work with it. So I'm just putting this on my edges and leaving it on until it's tacky. Then I'm going to pull the wig over and then just kind of swoop my baby hairs. once I'm done with all of that, this is what the ugly hairline is looking like, and I'm just going to now take my bangs down and just kind of give it a little zhuzhing. And I'm also going to pick it out because, like I said, I don't like perfect curls, I like volume, so this will give me some more volume and fullness. I just like big hair, okay?
Why I got so quiet, I got so tired.
And after all of that hard work and dyeing and detangling and cutting, this is what it looks like. Okay, enough with this slow-mo-ish. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is how it turned out. I might still do a bit of like cutting and layering. I'm not too sure yet. Just have to see how I like it and how it wears and stuff like that. But I think it turned out pretty good. I have to say, for a wig that's been in my like weave bag for like 2 years, it still feels like really soft. I wish I remember where I got this, but I sadly don't. I got this like a long time ago. It was probably from Alibaba, like I said in the beginning of the video. That's where I usually bought most of my wigs from when I used to wear a lot of them. For like the Gorilla Glue, it actually works pretty well. I didn't really like customize the hairline too much because I actually never really wear wigs like that where I just have like the hairline showing. If I do wear a wig that's like a full lace wig, I always have bangs, so I don't have to like worry about it looking realistic and all of that. But if the wind does blow, they'll just see baby hairs. They're obviously not done perfectly because, like I said, I didn't customize it, but they're not gonna see like the wind blowing like the lace flap stuff. They're just gonna see like baby hairs. But this is it, guys. I'm actually digging it. I'm glad I have a protective hairstyle that I can wear and just be able to take off at night and be able to like take care of my natural hair underneath. I don't even know why I stopped wearing this. Like it's like so soft, like nothing was wrong with it really, except for it was just raggedy and knotted. I guess that's why. You guys saw when I was cutting the band from my leggings, I make the band pretty tight because I like it to be secure, and like this is not, like this isn't going anywhere. I'm just into like the whole glueless method. That's why I always do the band method, because it's just easier. Like you don't have to worry about anything, you just slip it on and it's just good to go. And I don't know if I said this, but thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but it's a lot to me. The amount of motivational comments you guys leave me saying that like my videos are actually entertaining, and I don't know, it just touches a girl's heart. Thank you so much. You guys honestly keep me motivated because it's very hard to be working a full-time job, 8-hour shifts, 5 days a week, and then can like make time to record and upload and edit videos. But I love it nonetheless. Like I love the whole process of making videos. I love editing them, I love recording them. It's just hard to make time, but you guys honestly keep me motivated, and thank you for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's the Curly Sage signing out. Peace.